All right, we're going to White Wolf. I mean, excuse me, White Wolf.
No, we're going Hetch Hetchy.
Yeah, yeah, we're going.
Change your minds, Hetch Hetchy.
Yeah, we would never
Give up.
give up ever.
Yeah, those are some big beams. Oh, I would have looked up.
Okay, this is going to be really hard to show on the GoPro. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there is a band of light coming across the top of that mountain there, and it is really beautiful. This is such a beautiful valley we're in, and man, what a special place Yosemite is. If you haven't been here, gotta come check it out. It's really amazing. Anyway, we're gonna be walking along the river here probably for an hour or two, and then we'll set up our camp for the night and eat our dinner. We're excited about that. All right, we're breaking camp. We are final push to White Wolf. I mean, Hetch Hetchy. Everybody feels great today. Actually, we all slept pretty good, and we have a better outlook. I even had a dream last night because we decided we weren't going to do the extra like 25 miles. We only have like to go about 10 or so miles, and so 10 miles seemed like that's a breeze. We're going to be done. So I woke up in the middle of the night. I was having this dream I was back home and like living my life, and then I woke up. I'm like, oh no, what am I doing here? I'm still in the woods, and I still have to hike, you know, a whole day up a mountain. So in any case, yeah, it's going good. Pretty excited about this. It's gonna be somewhere I've never been. Interesting hike up to White Wolf, probably about 8 miles, and then we got a hitchhike. So here we go. All right, so that's where we would have been on Wednesday. We would have been on the ridge of that mountain there. Instead, we're climbing up those mountains
With our tail between our legs.
with our tail between our legs. And this climb is no joke. We already gained a few hundred feet and gnarly switchbacks.
We're ready to give up.
Yeah, Joel's ready to give up.
We would be further if somebody didn't stop to film every few minutes.
Thanks for the support, guys.
Shamma Sandals.
Yeah. I'm gonna give a little sandal report and say that this is where the sandals absolutely shine for backpacking, and this goes for the mountain goats as well as the trail stars that I'm wearing have been testing on this trip. You know, when you're going up and you've got, you know, 5.5, 6 ounces on your foot, each foot, instead of, you know, maybe say a pound with a boot, really is nice. And those that weight definitely adds up, and over time, I mean, you know, those are pounds that you're lifting or not lifting, as in the case of the sandals. And then also the heat. The heat's a big thing because right now it's pretty warm. We're starting to get up out of that valley heat, but just having your feet open and not stuffed in a stuffy old boot or something like that in socks, it's pretty nice. So that's definitely a big advantage. Like, even if you weren't somebody that wanted to hike in the sandals all the time, if you bring them out on a packing trip, throw them on for your ascent, and I think you'll be really happy with that. Anyways, these views are incredible. Every now and then you get these shady little spots in the heat, which is nice. All right, here it is. We're getting a view of Hetch Hetchy just from the top of this little outcropping. Pretty excited about that. All right, there it is, the back end of the reservoir. So the mountain's going in there. The valley, it looks pretty cool. But so far I kind of prefer what we had seen. But you know, you know, the reservoir snakes through the canyon for quite a while. So far, I like what we saw yesterday. Coming out of Tuolumne, a little better. It's a little higher elevation, but we'll see. We'll probably get a couple more views of it before this is over, and maybe see some more of the formations on our way out. We're starting to figure out how to use our maps a little better, but we're probably gonna go, we're seeing some switchbacks coming on the map, and we're probably gonna go right through, right behind this big pine tree here. There's like a little, it's forested, like a little forested seam between the two mountains, and the switchback lines are just super harsh zigzag. So, but once we get on top of that, I think we're gonna have some much smoother sailing. We'll be up on top of the mountain. All right, so we made it up the switchbacks. That was the most brutal part of our hike so far. There is so much of you're not seeing on this trip. Anyways, but we are rewarded with a incredible pathway through this beautiful forest. Some shade, but it's basically flat. We're on top of the mountain now. It's such a nice change of pace. We were definitely right at the limit coming up that last switchback. So here's the reward.
That one, yeah, that's a good one.
Did you know that John Muir was the originator of golf in the U.S.? Yeah, that was pretty good. If the valley counts as the hole, then I'd say a hole in one.
Sweet. Oh, nice job. You made it past the limit, Steve.
So we're coming up to these switchbacks all the way up this mountain. There's the fire in our original path, and then here we go. You know, it's not like his son had access to the internet or whatever it is. It's like he expects him to notice.
All right, so we made it to White Wolf, and this place is a ghost town. So you go back in here, there's a bunch of stores and restaurants and campsites, and like normally this place would be buzzing in the summertime with activity, and it's a great jumping off point for a lot of backpacking trips down to like the Tuolumne Meadow or the Tuolumne River Basin there, you know, the upper parts of Hetch Hetchy and all that. But because of COVID, we're stopping COVID in its tracks here at White Wolf, and everything is shut down. So that means that we're looking to hitchhike, and there's no one around. So we're gonna head out to the highway. It's a couple miles. The guys are up in front of me right now, and we're gonna head out a couple miles and stick out our thumbs and hope we can get a ride back up to Tuolumne Meadow, or it's gonna be a long 15-20 mile walk up there tonight. But that's our only option because that's where our truck is. All right, Steven, amble over to the car.
Calculate. We should calculate our miles.
I'm calling 32 miles.
Joel just counted it. It was like 24. Hetch Hetchy, here we are.
Yeah, so it worked out pretty good.
The outflow of Hetch Hetchy.
We got
hitchhike back. It was actually pretty amazing, a godsend. By the time we hit the road, it was within 5 minutes. A backpacker that knows how it feels to be stranded on the side of a road after a 32 mile or 38 mile hike. What, it was 36 miles?
32.
32, I think.
108 miles.
Yeah. So he's telling us all his stories, traveling 20 miles
In a day.
in Chile, knowing that hey, these guys need help. So we just said, hey, pay it forward, and next hitchhiker, you're picking him up.
That's right. Even if he's got a like a rusty shiv
Some sort of
tied to his his leg or something. Yeah. Ready to strike. Or maybe a spear, who knows.
Yep. You're committed.
Here we are walking to Hetch Hetchy.
Really
We're-
rapidly.
Yeah, this is just how our legs look now. And there's Hetch Hetchy.
So here we are, Hetch Hetchy. And get a look at the, I think it's the O'Shaughnessy Dam. Pretty massive, pretty impressive. That's pretty incredible. Look at this old road. I mean, they must have put that in 100 years ago now.
Oh, look at that fish. It's a huge fish.
Oh, wow. That thing's gigantic.
Because that we could see it from over here.
Yeah.
That looks big. That must be huge.
Is that a turtle over there? Yeah, it's a turtle floating in the water. That's
Yeah, there
awesome.
it goes. Total.
Some kind of overflow valve, and it is pushing water like you can't even imagine. It's really incredible. It's gorgeous. It's really an incredible view. Yeah, and you know, we got to see the back half of it coming down, and we pretty much, when we were hiking up to White Wolf, we were directly above the tail end of the reservoir. But I could just imagine the same stuff that's going on in Yosemite Valley. People would just be practically in the same amount of awe of this thing. It's really incredible. So we're trying to figure out, and we think that mountain directly through there, and then that's and maybe on the right side of it is possibly where White Wolf is, and that's where we went out of Pate Valley and kind of escaped, but we're not quite sure. It's interesting looking at it from this side. So when we were going up to White Wolf, we were like basically at the tail end of the reservoir. So if this were like earlier spring, there would be a couple of waterfalls running. There's one waterfall running right now off of this one big rock over here. There'd be two waterfalls flowing into this valley. It's pretty amazing. It's a different look than Yosemite Valley, but it's like right up there. I mean, maybe like a second place, but really pretty incredible. It would have been neat to be down all the way wherever, you know, the bottom of this reservoir is, and like see it from there, and like, you know, hike around just like you do in the valley. So pretty amazing. This is awesome. We got mules here. Wow. Hey guys. Dude, this would be so much fun to pack with these guys. Oh, they got chainsaws too. You guys do all the like trail work with these guys?
Yeah.
Oh, we're always wondering, like, how do they get the cement, like, you know,
Yeah.
50 miles away?
Sometimes these guys take it, sometimes we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah, so that's what it was. We were seeing some turds, and we're like, this looks like mule.
Yeah.
All right.
How far are you guys taking them today?
Today, actually I'm not sure today, wherever we end up stopping, or like when the sun goes down, you know.
Okay. How far can you guys go in a day?
Probably no more than 30 miles. Like 30 miles is really pushing it.
Wow.
20 miles
Is
can
pretty
be standard sometimes.
okay. Cool. Well, hey, you guys have a great trip. Seeing Hetch Hetchy, beautiful. And again, all I can think of, like, it's great being here, but it does give me some sadness when I look out down the valley, and it's not that impressive when you go west.
Really?
I just can't help but think, why not push the dam a little farther out and then you would have so much more access to what is probably like a close second to Yosemite Valley. And I had hoped someday, you know, we spend a lot of money in this state on all kinds of things. Like, why not just, you know, build a new dam a little farther down the stream, and we could all have access to this thing again. Because I know that Yosemite is such a treasure for everybody. It's a rare place on the earth. So anyway, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed our trip from Tuolumne Meadows down the valley to up to White Wolf, and here down to Hetch Hetchy proper. So for Josh, this is Josh from Shamma Sandals. I'm signing off. See you next time. Later. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel for more weekly content. And make sure to click the bell so that you'll be notified every time we post something new.